During a karaoke night at the Willow, I sang a total of 6 songs. First was Yellow by Coldplay, then Day After Day by Badfinger, then That's Amore by Dean Martin, then Safe and Sound by Capital Cities, then Every Day is a Winding Road by Sheryl Crow, then finally I sang Suddenly Seymour by Ashman Howard. We were at the Willow roughly the karaoke night was roughly from, if I recall, roughly from 6 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. It technically ends at 10 p.m., but that's often just the point in which they can't accept new songs, new song requests. Initially, I had plans of starting the second beaker drawing. While at tonight's karaoke party at the Willow. So I spent some time planning which Sharpie markers I would likely need to use for the second beaker polystyrene drawing project. This was over the course of about the first 2 or so hours we were at the Willow, during which we got there about 5:45 p.m. in order to essentially sit at the main table of the dining room area, although dining room karaoke area there aren't that many table areas at the Willow. During the first 2 or so hours, I had an order of pretzel sticks, since that would be a lighter meal than a garbage plate, even though the pretzel sticks aren't keto friendly. But then again, the garbage plate isn't necessarily keto friendly. They didn't seem to have nacho cheese sauce tonight, so I had honey mustard instead. While I would prefer the nacho cheese from here on out, the honey mustard was pretty good too. During this time, I also edited and uploaded the April 18, my dinner video, to YouTube. And then right as I was about to start drawing for the second beaker project, one of Mom's friends suggested that I draw Spider-Man for her grandson. If I decided to do that, since I drew Spider-Man all the way back in, if I recall, late 2020. I checked, it was in 2020, but I don't recall if it was exactly late 2020 or not. From what I recall from the last time I checked, it was in September of that year that I completed the project. Initially, I planned on having just one drink during the karaoke night. A glass of Big Ditch IPA. But then the same person who gave me that idea to draw Spider-Man again offered to pay for me to have a second Big Ditch IPA, which I accepted since it was a kind offer. And I had a plastic glass of iced water after having both of those IPAs, which stands for Indian Pale Ale. I figure that a glass of beer is more keto friendly than potentially a mixed drink or cocktail with fruit juice. Excuse me. Towards the end of our time at the Willow, I got to play both of the arcade machines they have inside the place. First is Dragon's Ascent, which is this sort of game in which you use, if I recall, a joystick to lock on to what dragon you want to shoot, what kind, if they happen to be on screen, and then push a button to shoot that dragon. Although I felt like trying it out because it seemed to be something new they had, a new arcade machine. You put in money in order to get credit, and then every shot subtracts 10 cents. And whether you get a dragon or not, they're set to expire after a set amount of hits or so, or maybe a variable amount of hits. It's dependent on how many other players have already shot at them. I was told later on, generally, from those who have played the game more, generally gave me advice to hit the big dragons 10 or so times, but to try to focus on the ones with the gold and ruby effects on them, since if you get a dragon with those effects, you get bonuses that give you extra money, which just allows you to keep playing for longer. And you do earn points, though you're not shown that until, from what I recall, a few boards expire, which is when the map is refreshed after the dragons stop coming back after coming off screen. Then the other game I played was again that light gun arcade game that they've had at the Willow for some time now, from what I recall. Playing that light gun game made this wrist of mine sore from holding the light gun itself, which was shaped to look like an actual rifle, presumably. A pump-action rifle is what it resembled. That might not make much sense, since when I think of pump action, I think of a shotgun. But that was the resemblance of the light gun. Prior to us going to the Willow, around 2:30 p.m. I had technically one bowl of honeycombs as a late breakfast, although it was one bowl of milk, and using the same bowl of milk, I poured 3 bowls. I poured honeycombs 3 times, so as not to waste the bowl of whole milk. And as such, I actually had more honeycomb cereal, this being the same cereal Mom's mom gave us the other day. And then roughly from 3:15 to about 4 p.m., I walked to Wegmans, since I noticed there was a white plastic garbage bag with plenty of containers that have recycle deposits on them. I got back $1.50. It was some good exercise. It was a pretty good day.